Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I do hope you're having a wonderful day. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. It greatly helps the channel, and thank you very much for your support. Now, sorry for my voice, guys. It's still a bit short. It's getting better, but this is the price you pay for some nice events with a friend, right? No, but in all seriousness, I hope it does come across a bit better. But yeah, tough couple of days, let's say. It was funny. I wanted to discuss a bit about the market update, right? It was funny that as soon as I said that, you may recall that I predicted all-time highs for S&P, Dow Jones, Nasdaq 100 by Q1 2024. And right before I went on holiday, right after I came on from holiday, I said we've just had a vertical move. No, actually, before I went on holiday, we had a vertical move on stocks, and it would actually be very good if we had some sort of correction. Now, something around the 5 to 8% would be nice. A little bit more, it can happen. Too much more, it's kind of dangerous. And I think it was in my yesterday's or last Friday's video or something, where I said, okay, we are down 3% on the Dow Jones, we are down 5.7 on the S&P, we are down 7.4 on the Nasdaq. We should start seeing the rebound coming pretty soon. And it's actually quite funny that the next day we had a green day, and now in the futures market we're also starting green. Doesn't mean we're going to end green, but in any case, it was just funny. Now, this is a typical movement that you see in the market. Like if you're someone like me who's expecting the new all-time highs to come in the next year by the end of March, this is the typical process that the market takes. Of course, the whole world is already predicting the end of the world. Once again, every time we have a sell-off of 2 or 3% or 5%, or if we have sell-off of 2 weeks or 3 weeks, immediately it's all the end of the world once again. And now, does that mean that negative stuff cannot happen? No, of course it can. Now, the thing that I said was, don't look at banks, forget commercial real estate, because everyone is aware of it. Look at China and government bonds. Those will be, if anything's going to happen on the Black Swan event, because look, I can predict something, but then there's some things called black swans, which by nature are not predictable. So, but it's important to understand which are the most likely events to become black swans. What did I just say? Nobody can predict, or very few people do. If every single YouTube channel and every single financial news outlet is talking about commercial real estate and banks, then that's not going to be it. What I was talking about at the time was China. Why? Because the same outlets were all convinced that China is going to overtake the world, just like Japan in the 80s, and government debt, because everyone was saying that the next big trade would be buying TLT and go long bonds, right? I said maybe in the future, but not just now. And by the way, people like Harry Dent and our good friend Stephen Meter, the bond king, have been telling you to buy bonds since TLT was 170 and TLT is now 91 or 92 something. So this is the level of knowledge that those people have, right? Those are the people, by the way, that sell you things over and over again. And I mean, people try to call me a scammer. I say, how can I be a scammer if I don't sell you anything? Seems like a bit weird to me, right? I should be trying to convince you to buy something from me if I was a scammer, right? But I don't do any of that. These people do. These people are wrong, and they'll just keep having the whole popularity and selling stuff to people, and it is what it is. But in any case, sorry for this little tangent. And I did say that because if something's going to happen to the downside, it's going to come from things like that. And the government bonds in particular, because I think myself, if I was going to buy some bonds, why the hell would I buy them at, 4%, if I do believe inflation is actually higher than that. And the question becomes, is the debt going higher or lower? Higher. So the only way they're going to repay it is by inflating. So if they're going to inflate, which I think they will resume eventually, QE and money printing once again, not as soon as people thought, because people are saying that we should be printing money now, which are still not, that this would be the issue. And as long as the bond market doesn't stabilize, then all markets, doesn't matter, stocks, high risk stocks, high yield bonds, crypto, commodities, you name it, all of them will feel the pain if this craziness continues. But my point is actually quite simple. Always be aware of potential black swan events. Tune out the noise from the financial media. You may not know what the black swan's going to be, but one thing I can tell you is not going to be what everyone is talking about all the time. I mean, I cannot turn on the YouTube channel without seeing liquidity, banks collapsing, all of these things over and over again. And only now I'm starting to hear a little bit about China and government bonds as being the issue, which means that it's still very minute in terms of number of people. However, some of them are starting to figure out where the potential issues can come from, which is good. Of course, if something like this happens and a huge sell-off goes down because the bond market crashes or whatever, then everyone will say, oh yeah, it was so obvious that this is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but these are not predictors, right? They are historians of the market, right? After it goes down, everyone knows why it goes down, right? The key is to look at it beforehand. But it's just funny because it's amazing how now everyone's starting to talk about China. They just come 3 or 4 months in delay. But in any case, it is what it is. But I'm not saying that this is happening right now. So far, what I thought was going to happen happened, which is we moved very quickly. We sold off 5 to 7%, and now we should start to go up once again. Or if we sell off a little bit further, it's not going to be, I don't expect much down from here, unless this turmoil on the bond market continues. Then anything is possible. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.